Testing, testing, un, deux, trois. Alright, here we go. I think I've got the setup going, and it's good to know that with my Pulse 3D headset that when I've got it wired in, all I have to do is mute the controller. It mutes the headset. I'd never tried that before, and it's much more convenient than like anything else, because my hand's already on the controller. I don't have to search for the mute button on the headset, I just tap it. Okay, and got everything, I think, but my camera on. And so we're going to do that in just a moment. In just a little bit. Personally, I'm very excited to get started with this game again. I played it until like 2-something this morning, and now we're going to hop back in. We're going to snap back to reality. Figure out my positioning here. Okay. And I think, yeah, that was a good spot for the camera. Alright, and here we go. We're going to continue. We just made it to this little small town over here. Picked up all of my DLC stuff. That loaded so fast compared to the first Horizon Zero Dawn. That actually, I don't know if that made me happy or sad just then, seeing how fast that loaded. Oh, level 5. Gosh, dude, it sucks so much being like a lower level than the quest now. That hasn't happened for the longest time. Well, that also says level 5 though, to be fair, and I'm, what, level 3? I'm level 3. If you say goodbye.
The bristlebacks threaten us all.
Oh, drop the act. We all know who's the what
it's this
do
dude.
you want, Olhut? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be
My
bothered?
dear
If you
magistrate.
want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it,
This dude's old.
what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might.
Very well.
I'm so sorry for that. I was closing up my bag of pretzels that I was eating earlier.
Gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulfund,
Wow.
at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention.
Well, Meridian never was her home, really, so.
I'm here for the embassy and
The embassy?
The embassy?
Why,
The Ambassa?
Forge.
Little Demon Souls reference for the homies that know.
Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah,
Saviorly
bristlebacks, of
attention.
course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy robed.
I'm gonna grab one of these blankets back here. I don't know why, but like,
intimidated and taken advantage
legs
of.
be a bit chilly.
How noble of you.
Noble.
It's nice. I'm glad it's cool
Born
in
with a
here. I'd
hammer
rather
in
that
hand,
than
I
it be
was.
like
Nobody handed
50
me anything
degrees.
or dropped
But like,
opportunity into my lap.
not 50 degrees, like 80
Everything
degrees.
I've
I don't know why I
achieved,
said
I've done on
50.
my own.
And where is this hammer now?
50 degrees isn't
The
even that cool.
burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to
But
step
yeah, I'm
up
excited
and say, no
to
more.
get some more into the main quests, and then, like I said, pretty sure I'll just be doing side questing off
Indeed I
screen
did.
for the most part.
We're
These,
laborers,
some of these
not
first
soldiers.
few I'll probably
Until
do
the
on
Carja
stream,
clean up their
just
mess and
so
give
we
us
can
the
get a
fair
feel
deal
for
we
it
deserve,
together.
I'm not risking
But then
Osram
after that,
lives.
I'll be doing it mostly off stream.
You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree.
Maybe 1
It's
second, by
on
the way.
behalf of all the good Osram laborers of this land who do all the backbreaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
If Chainscrape is on Karja land, charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek
Sounds a
from
little bit
Baron Light
racist,
without
but okay.
losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then. People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its
Oh.
honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Baron Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are.
And here
You could
we
say
are.
Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osram.
Bro, you are a whole bag of butt
Where's
cheeks.
the whistle?
Right in the middle of town. But with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Karja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
Alright. So this big boy looks like the tavern. Milda?
Hey, Milda. Milda. Took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Olvin didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals, not trouble.
Fair point.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Make meals,
Heard about
not
a new
trouble.
and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work.
That's some high quality
So
writing
I
right
got
there. I
myself
make
out here
meals,
and
not
started
trouble. I don't know
cooking.
why, I just really like it.
Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they liked my food. Or the ale.
Or both.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Olvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients. A few pieces of decent wild meat, and
Oh, I
a
should have
big
picked up the wild
handful of
meat,
bitter
dude.
leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way, assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildif. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like,
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
if you say so.
A dash of courage. Alright, let's look for Petra while we're in here. Not sure if this is her or the other dude, the sun priest. Okay, it's the priest. Well, I don't know if he's a priest, but he's from Meridian.
Savior, thank you for taking the time. And my condolences that you had to endure Olvin's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse.
Bloviating.
Sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Karja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the Bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Olvin up.
How
Yeah, it's
did
really impressive when you can
get
be
stuck out here?
I asked
multiple
for the
decades
posting,
old
believe it or not.
and still hear words that you've never heard
Overseeing
before.
the entire valley on behalf
Like,
of the
languages
Sun
are so
King.
vast, it's
It
just
was
insane.
an
Why do there
honor,
have to be so
is
many words
an honor.
to express all the
Bet
exact
your
same
job
things?
would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time.
Olvin's not going anywhere.
Like, I feel like you could
He's been
cut
around
any
longer than I
language
have.
effectively in
Even
half
fancies himself the founder of
and
Chain
still
Spree.
have all the words necessary to get through daily life and communicate
find
everything
a
that
way
you want
to
to
live
say.
with him.
But like, languages
have
just
to.
have so many extra words and so many words that are like, well, you know, like synonyms and stuff that are pretty much the exact same
What
thing.
is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Osseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Osseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Karja for the Bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How does blaming the Karja for the Bristlebacks help Ulvund get his concession?
Look around.
Is that a boar? I
This
didn't
may be
notice
the
the
Sundom,
boar
but
on her
Chain
chest
Scrape is all gears,
on this Nora Legacy
rust,
outfit.
and
Maybe
bad
to look
ale.
more at it to see like
Claiming that
what
the Karja
things
lose the Bristlebacks in order to
it references and what makes it like a
Osseram
Nora
laborers
Legacy
into
kind of thing.
obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has
It'd be
forgotten
cool if
the
the pre-order
atrocities of
bonus
the
was like
Mad Sun
had
King.
these stats, but it was just
With
her
the
original
Bristlebacks
outfit from the
bringing
first
work in
game.
the valley to a halt, Ulvund has plenty of time to pick at barely healed wounds.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Alright, hold up just one moment. Okay. And we're back. Unknown. Check that out in a moment. See if I can't find Petra. Unless that is her. I don't imagine she'd be sitting next to a ton of people. But this might just be her back here. Oh, wow. I only got 3 of the 5 meat that I needed. Is that what that was for? I don't want to see that. Herbalist.
If I have to, get on it.
Oh, there. Hello? Hello? Wait, okay. Hello? Excuse me, sir. Gilgamesh looking man. Okay. What is going on? Bro, where the heck is Petra? I'm not gonna lie, this dude scared me because I just wasn't ready for someone to be standing right there. Dude, why do so many homies look depressed around? Well, it is a tavern. Everyone's either here to have a good time or drink their problems away, so.
Oh, hi.
Hello?
What?
Alright, none of you are the homie I'm looking for. Is she even in here? The game just lie to me? Bro, who's this jabroni? It's like all this. Oh. I really wish I could just kill those and take their meat. Okay, yeah, I don't see her anywhere in here, so I don't know if that was just like a random thing the game said and didn't mean or what. Because she's not over here by these peeps. Why do 90% of them look exactly the same, dude? Yo, you ready to chat yet? Still no? Okay, you just do you. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why it would have told me to meet her in here and she's quite obviously not in here. Unless that's just some kind of story element that's going to take place after I clear out the bristlebacks and then Ayla's going to come back here to find her. And I've looked all over this place multiple times now and she's genuinely not here. I mean, she's pretty distinguishable, so it's not like I'm just overlooking her. She's just not sat at any of these tables, she's not standing around. Not by herself anywhere. Oh. How the heck did I miss this whole thing?
Fancy a game of straight.
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by. Since when do I do what's expected? Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit. Fire and spit. That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while. Like what? Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually. I thought you'd be back in Freeheap. Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back. But realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since. You could always leave. And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here. So about Olvend. Around here, everything's about Olvend. How'd he end up in charge? He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber.
Squirrel smelling
So
a
he
fat
jangled
nut.
purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree. This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Olvend?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. Aim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvend has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrape would become an Osram municipality. So he could buy enough votes to call himself an Elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign. So the bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Homie, are you good, dude?
Where did they come from? That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. lost some good people.
Alright, I
heard talk of
probably
some
won't play this
vanguards
for the
trying to
almost
take 'em
3
down.
hours that I did
Did
last
they come
night,
through here?
but
Stopped by briefly for supplies.
we'll get a decent amount of time
Ulvin
out of it
was
today.
none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could Bristlebacks and the Daunt help Ulvund?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Ulvund has taken to blaming the Karja for him. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Damn Karja slavers.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
See, she said anytime, so technically if I talk to her right now, we should have another drink, but probably
So
won't have
what's
it.
new, Aloy Machine Hunter?
Oh. She really didn't mean anytime.
I'll, see you.
Until next.
Alright, let's check out this machine
To
strike.
revel in some strike, sister? Let me set
Probably
the-
won't be as fun as Gwent,
I was just
but we'll check it.
passing by.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
Yes,
No.
we do.
Well,
Don't lie to her
aren't you
like
in
that.
luck then? I got an extra set, a Tanakh original, straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark. I'll give you something special if you win it on my boards, too.
Alright, let's see how this is done. Tutorials, challenges. Okay. 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 Influences of machines. -2 in the chasm, 1 marshland, +0 in grassland, 1 in forest, 2 in hill, 3 in mountain. Type, victory points value. Attack power, attack range, movement range, health, active effects. Okay. Okay, this shouldn't be too hard to learn then.
All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakhs like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. To win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner?
Yep.
That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move,
Okay.
how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to
Wow,
choose which
so nice.
pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder.
I gotcha.
Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece close enough to attack one of my machines. When performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This
And
board
whether or not
only
I'm
has
hitting
grassland
armored or
terrain,
weak points.
which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And so in total, your machine's combat power equal, since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of it. And just like your machine, it's not affected. So right now, the difference, if this means your machine can do 2. Did you get all that?
Yeah, I get it.
Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine.
So I'm not smart if I needed you to repeat it? Wow.
Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out.
If I was gonna make it sprint, I just have it sprint here.
Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health by 2 points. So use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I mean. That's about it for your turn then.
Now she can just attack
I'll
once.
let you in on
Oh.
a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds. Machines have both armored points and weak points.
Okay,
You
yeah.
can see them marked on the pieces.
I shouldn't have read everything.
Blue
She's gonna
shows
explain
where their
everything to
armor
me
is
anyway.
thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked
Well, it's either
mine, but
7 or
hasn't moved
until
yet.
your machines are
Go
gone.
ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, you can attack a second time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine a second time, and I'll show you what I mean. Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're gonna receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first.
Okay.
That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor.
It's like in Gwent when you end a round, well, end your turn, because you know your opponent's only option is to forfeit and win the round.
That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack from. You'd be surprised the advantage you can gain over an opponent like that. And it would save my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget.
I'm glad they took more careful note
These are all my
of the
spare
characters'
pieces.
features in
I
this
want
game.
the savior of Meridian to
I mean,
help.
obviously the ones
It's
that
a
they brought
small
back from the
set to be
previous
sure,
game
but
had to be the same, but like,
should be enough to
it
get you
just
in on any strike games you find.
really was unsettling to me, like characters that looked like they'd be black,
We've got all kinds of
or
different
at least, you know, darker skin, like Middle Eastern, or
though they'll need the right
uh,
materials to craft you.
like
Or
Indian
find them
or
in the wilds
something
if
like
you're
that.
lucky. Know I've
Like,
lost my fair share of
darker
pieces
skin
on
tone
that.
people would
Like
have like
machine hunting,
European
blue
features,
hopping.
just like features of
Only to
white
think it'd be
people, and I
always
was
a
like,
pleasure to help out new strike
that
players.
doesn't look right at all, dude.
Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
Yeah, sure, let's hang around and do some of this for a minute. It's kind of fun. It reminds me more of, what's the thing? The Hero Coliseum in Xenoverse. Terrain and knockback tutorial, machine types and skill tutorial. I guess we'll just make our way through all the tutorials for now, and then off stream sometime I'll probably work my way through those.
Ah, I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage?
Yeah, that'll be good.
This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to yours.
Yep.
The higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So
Mhm.
finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines.
Okay.
Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means your machine can do 3 points of damage. Go ahead and test it out. There you go. Now, choosing the right terrain doesn't just improve your offense. It can also help defend your machines from attack.
Mm.
Grab your other piece and place it in front of my second machine. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's standing on grassland terrain. This terrain has a value of 0. This means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, the front of my machine is colored blue. This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it. Which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. Ha! See? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards.
Ah, so that's a knockback.
Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage. But knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, now go ahead and end your turn. There's still one more thing I want to show you. Alright, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left.
Nah, what the heck, dude? I don't want to do that.
See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I think that's enough yammering from me for now. Promise it'll all come in handy next time you play.
Okay, machine types and skills tutorial. Why can't I actually look at the pieces it's given me?
Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that matches your strategy is the key to becoming a machine strike master. When assembling your army, there are a few things to keep in mind. First and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board at the same time. With that in mind, most players would choose machines based on how far they can move or how much attack power they have. But a real strike player will be looking at a machine's type and skills. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine on your left. All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee type. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy within range, and no one else. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece forward so I can show you some more stuff.
Alright.
Great. Now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner-type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack range. Let's move that machine forward and end your turn so we can take a look at the rest of the pieces.
So gunners only hit the furthest one. Melee only hits the
Let's go with
closest
this
one.
piece first. This is a ram-type machine. Attack an enemy with it, and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine spot on the board. This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece, a dash-type machine. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its path, including your own. So make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off to the races. You should also make sure it's able to finish its attack on an empty spot. Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things to do, so I made you a list.
Oh, wow.
It's
How nice
got
of you.
all the tips and tricks we talked about, too. I think that about does it for now, so if you want to play a real game, just let me know.
I'm a real game. Sorry, I'm gonna stop. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's all the tutorials done. Learned pretty much everything. Oh look. What's it at? Machine types. So always attacks the first machine in its attack range. Always attacks at the maximum of its attack range. Always moves to the end of its attack range and damages every machine in its path, including your own, and rotates them 180 degrees. It must have an empty terrain to land on at the end of its attack range in order to attack. Okay. Always attacks the first machine in its attack range and pulls the enemy one terrain closer to it. Gains +1 combat power while on marsh terrain and can traverse through the... Oh, so you could effectively pull an enemy piece into marsh terrain with you, putting it at a disadvantage. Or if you've got a flying type that's a pull, you could... well, only flying types can move to a chasm spot, but I don't know if they can also get pulled onto a chasm and then gain like a major disadvantage. Swoop always attacks the first machine within its attack range and moves next to it, gains +1 combat power on all terrains, and can ignore all terrain penalties. That's really good. And then Ram always attacks the first machine in its attack range and knocks it backwards. It will then move on to the terrain left behind by the opposing machine, so good for taking the high ground. Alright. We will move one terrain in the opposite direction of their attacker. If there's no terrain left behind them, the machine loses an additional 1 health. Terrain behind them is already occupied with another piece, both machines losing it. So I don't know if that also counts for like if it's my machine too, but I'm assuming it probably does. So I'll get a bristleback strike piece for this. Actually, it would be most beneficial for me to get through all these, and then I could get those 2 skill points at the end. Alright, I do want the 2 extra skill points.
Let's do this.
Oh, you can move a lot. Okay.
Your turn.
Let's see. That would be.
Thank the forge you hit armor. Time to get serious.
Ooh. Alright, that was a spicy hit. Not as spicy.
Ah,
Oh,
down to
shoot.
one piece. I might win this thing. Guess luck's
Br-
not on your side today, Red.
Okay, I thought she could only do the.
Good luck.
How does she just keep overcharging? That's unfair. Bro, no. There's absolutely no way. Dude.
You're up, Red. I'm up. Your move, Red. You got me down to one piece. I am impressed. Okay, let's see.
Bro.
That's it for me.
Can I just end my turn? Do I have to? That's all I want to do. Why can't I just end my turn with that?
My turn.
Ah, come on, dude.
Oh, I won!
That's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to end my turn there. It's so bogus,
Here
dude.
we go.
So this crap, dude.
Board's all yours. Time to get serious.
Hmm.
You're up, Red. A single machine left? That ain't good.
Okay, now I'm in a much more advantageous position.
Okay, let's see.
Did she overcharge? She didn't even over. How, dude?
That's
How
it
is
for
she?
me.
No, well. Regardless of where I attack from, she's got.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that.
Oh, there we go.
Looks like I lost.
Oh, yeah, the last piece gets to go twice. I remember now. Now that makes more sense. Do I only get to use the beginner set in all of these? Like, I don't get to, you know, set up my own thing? That's annoying.
Let's play. Come up. Your move, Red. My turn. Your turn. Hey, I like that piece where it was. Fearless. Time to make my move.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that hurt a lot.
Well, that's done now. That was a surprise.
Oh, I just moved it to a higher ground because I forgot it's the ram type.
That one hurt. My turn.
Oh,
Ah, off the board it goes.
bro.
Board's all yours.
Okay, well, I've already lost. That's cool. Did it not get moved back? Jeez. Okay, whatever.
Ending it here? Okay.
That was so stupid.
This is gonna be fun.
I wish I didn't have to play with the stupid ones it gives me and I could choose what I want to do. Okay, this almost worked out to what I wanted it to do last time.
Time to get serious. That's it for me. Yikes! I better step up my game. Oh.
I don't even know if that was a good
Time to
idea.
make my move.
Probably wasn't. Definitely wasn't.
One less piece on the board.
Absolute no, dude.
That was brutal. I'm up. Looks like you're down to one piece.
Bro, I swear homies out here overcharging and just not taking damage.
Gotta say, your odds aren't good, Red. Okay, let's see. Board's all yours. Time to get serious. Your turn. Knocked right off the board. Okay, let's see. That's
What?
the game. You up for a rematch?
I'm sick of this crap.
Here we
If I had
go.
done better at the beginning like I did last time, then I would have won that time.
You're up, Red. My turn. Your move, Red.
Hmm. I don't get like why I'm seeing that one up there when I'm here. I'm guessing that just means because, like, if I overcharge, then I can get to there.
Board's all yours.
Alright, well, that was a foolish samurai move. What the heck? That scared me.
One less piece on the board. I'm up.
Oh, gosh, dude.
Well, that's done now. Oh, seriously? Knocked right off the board. I'm up. Off the board it goes.
Yikes.
Oh, only one machine
Homie.
left. That was brutal.
Yo, how's it going, Austin? Yeah, my plans that I had at around noon got canceled, actually, and so I'm just chilling playing Horizon for a little while.
Okay, let's see. Your move, Red. My turn.
Yeah, this one's actually super fun. Ow. Oh no, she's about to kill me. Gosh, I'm really trying to get the hang of this stupid, like, striker crap.
Good luck.
It's just so complicated and dumb, and I keep getting really close to winning, and then idiotic stuff happens. I'm really not that far into the story yet. I think I've done, like, the first 2 or 3 main missions. And now I'm just trying to figure out this load of rubbish. Actually, wait, I probably should be placing these over there and those over here.
Time to get serious. Your turn. Time to make my move. That's it for me.
Oh, it's got weak points on either side. Okay.
Time to get serious. You're up, Red.
Oh, I got you. That sounds fun.
Knocked right off the board.
Yeah, I honestly can't deal with them either. Like, I'm not the biggest brained. I'm just really trying my best here. Is she about to... Oh, no.
Your move, Red.
Okay, good.
priority goes.
Okay.
I got a tough fight ahead of me.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Ow.
Board's all yours.
Yeah, it's quite the game, honestly. Which one am I facing? There we go.
Now that was
There we
the
go.
game, even if I lost.
Yeah, it is really a combination of like a lot of stuff all at once. It's fun, but it's actually quite difficult. That was just medium. I'm trying to get through easy, medium, and hard, so then I can do this regular challenge and get 2 skill points from it. And they only allow me to use the beginner's set in these, so even if I had other pieces, I still couldn't use those either.
Let's play.
But yeah, it definitely takes some fat brain moves that I'm entirely not ready for, but trying our best here, learning as we go. Okay. But yeah, so this game of Strikers, basically you get different pieces here that have like multiple different types. There's a few that neither one of us have here. We're mainly just using melee and ram type right now. And so you need to get 7 victory points to win. And you can see the VP on there is the value of each of your pieces. So if they get defeated, that's how many victory points your opponents get. To start, you can set your piece within any of the first 2 rows. Melee types just attack the type closest to them, nearest in range. Ram types can knock an opponent off of their spot and then take that spot. And then some of them have skills, like you see this one, Climb, when attacking from hill. I can't do big range. I got you. See, I enjoyed Gwent a lot, and so I do like little mini games like this and stuff in games. Gwent was my favorite, I think, of any game that had like little mini games and stuff in it from The Witcher. But yeah, so Climb, that's from hill terrain. I get a +1. And then so they have like different skills, and the different terrains also give you advantages. Those black squares there, those are the ones that have the highest ground. And so like as your ground goes up higher, you have more of an advantage over the
Hear your
opponent.
gears grinding, Red.
Bro, shut up. Let me play my game. Don't make me send you back to PlayStation. I'm kidding. And TG, Chess, and Stratego. Yeah, it's pretty wild, dude.
Time to make my move.
Oh. Okay, so she sprinted to get there.
That's it for me. Hey! Oh, that was the perfect spot.
This one is my other room too. No. Can't do that one either.
That was brutal. My turn. You're up, Red.
Okay. And if only. Alright, we're just gonna start working these pieces closer this way.
I'm up.
Perfect.
Your turn. Whoa! Got me good. Well, that's done now.
Ooh,
Time to
that
flex
hurts.
my move.
No, it's
Board's all
dirty to make it
yours.
easier. Hey, all's fair in love and war, I suppose.
Oh, you hit that weak spot all right.
No. Oh, this one can move through. Okay, cool.
One less piece on the board.
Ooh. Yeah, that hurts. Dang, bro.
Well, that's done now.
Just trading like crazy. But
That was brutal.
that evens the playing field a bit. As does this.
Oh, I thought I had that one.
And there it is. You know, the hard one is actually the easiest one for me because it's the only one I beat on my first try. What the heck, dude? Okay, and then if we beat this regular challenge, we can get the special reward of that bristleback strike piece. And then we also get 2 skill points, which would be great. Create a new set. Okay, great. I get to actually make my own set now. Okay, and now, do I not see the setup point? I guess I don't see the setup points until... Ah, so the VP, I guess, is equivalent to the setup points. Okay, and so... Let's see. Bring another one of you, and then one of you.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, she just brought strength in numbers, okay.
My turn. That's it for me.
Hmm.
Okay, let's see.
Ah. figured.
Your move, Red.
Oh, that's actually a good setup.
Ah, off the board it goes. Knocked right off the board. Time to get serious.
Okay.
Your turn. Come up.
See, the goal is to make her use her turns getting closer to
You're up,
me,
Red.
and then I take my strategic position and strike.
Now that was a smart move.
And then I take both of those.
One less piece on the board.
Yeah, so I know that hurt that little guy, but we're still in the better position here. Now I can move up and do this.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that.
And then no. Then come here like this.
Time to make my move. That was brutal. Well, Spark my forge. You have beaten me on every one of my boards.
And there it
Who
is.
deserves a prize, I said.
That's how you make fat brain moves, my guy. And we got the bristleback strike piece and 100 metal shards. And my 2 skill points.
Come
There you
back
go.
anytime, Red.
I didn't plan on doing all those at once, but that was actually really fun. And so now I understand the game a little bit better. Okay, we're gonna run both we're gonna run this errand and the side quest, and then that'll get me 2 more skill points. That'll get me 1 more skill point. I'm glad that they're actually being like a lot more like lenient with the skill points in this game, since there are so many more skills to be obtained. What do you mean? Did I not just get?
Aloy, please, have a seat.
How did this happen? Oh, I have to defeat all 3 beginner strike players to earn this reward. Okay.
Be here if you change your mind.
Wow, that's so stupid. So I have to find the other 2. Guessing there's none of them here. Man, I was so excited. I thought I was just gonna get 2 like that. Alright, that's fine. I can do this and get actually 2 skill points and do that one and get 1 skill point. Okay, I also need to eventually find a merchant. Because I do need to see where I can get the golden fast travel pack from and grab that as soon as possible, because that's one of the best investments in the game.
It seems like Bitterleaf likes to grow on rocky terrain.
I really like this game on PS5 too, like just how much they've refined it and how they've integrated like the controller into it and the pulse and just everything. It's so nice.
Okay, I think I have enough Bitterleaf.
Okay, that's all the bitter leaf. And then I need some wild meat. So I need to start finding some aminals. Oh. Okay, we do want that green shine. I'm still too early on in the game to actually know what that does. Oh yeah, and they've greatly improved the vaulting. That's probably my favorite thing that they changed in the game, was like giving us actual vaulting, because in the first game it was literally just jump up everything unless it was specifically marked as being able to be climbed. Yeah, like all the PS5 games and their upgrades have just felt much more like immersive. And so like I've just constantly felt more like I'm having like these just small things that make a big difference, you know? Like the controller vibrations, the tension, uh, the 60 FPS, I don't know, just how beautiful everything is all the time, and like they've really made an effort to just, you know, bring out the most of every game's features. Like even with the smallest things. There's a boar there. Yeah, I might try that out at some point. I'm excited to play the Lego Star Wars stuff. That's gonna be pretty sick. Yeah, so there's going to be a PS5 like remaster of not only 1 through 6, but the most recent movies as well. So all 9 Star Wars movies, Lego Star Wars movies. Yeah, I'm the same. I started playing like the Lego Star Wars games back when I was a kid, like I don't know, 8, 9 years old, something like that, and like just fell in love with them. And so I really have a lot of fun with them. I've seen all the Star Wars movies like at some time or another, but I just really love the Lego Star Wars games. They just retell the story in such an immersive and entertaining way. Oh, what I really liked about this game too is they added in like an explorer mode. So in the last game, like everything that you see that like lights up and stuff when I pulse like this. Yeah, I've seen some of them multiple times. I know the most recent three I've seen exactly once. Some of the older ones I've seen once. Um, but a couple of them I've seen like 2 or 3 times just because they were on TV and stuff when I was a kid. Oh yeah, if you've never played the Lego games for them, I'd definitely look. I think it comes out in April or something, but the PS5 of the of all the oops. Oh, okay. The PS5 remaster of all the games is gonna be pretty sick. It's called like the Skywalker Saga or something like that. Okay, we're gonna keep heading out here towards Deep Trouble, and then we've gathered up all the materials that we need. So afterwards, I'm gonna go to the Scrounger site. Oh, nice. See, the Lego Harry Potters, I haven't played actually. So that's pretty cool. They seem really fun. I don't know what kind of shot I just took. I went into slow mode to like get a good shot and then accidentally came out of it and just went for it. It worked though. I do need a stronger bow so I can start one-shotting all the aminals. I really do need to go around. I was trying to see if I could take like a... Oh, wait. Oh, heck yeah, dude. I love... See, this is something else I like too. The new grappling hook feature. It's amazing. And like in the other game, like you wouldn't have had like a little terrain like right here that you could climb on. You actually would have had to go all the way around. That would be fun, actually. I'd be so down for that. Like when Star Wars comes out. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, so there's a lot more to climb on because they haven't made this like very obvious that you can climb on it. Like really their climbing, it reminds me of like a blend of Sucker Punch, like Infamous and Assassin's Creed. And they've really extended it in this one and like you can't climb on anything and everything like Breath of the Wild, but like man, that's really nice. Like Austin, if you go back and play, like if you ever play the Horizon games and you play Zero Dawn versus Forbidden West, I'll be streaming a new game plus of Zero Dawn after I beat Forbidden West. Like I beat the game a couple days ago because I've been playing it for like 2 years and just never beat it. But in the meantime, like when I'm not streaming this, I'll be playing that and just doing a lot of the side quests and finishing up the DLC because I haven't finished the Frozen Wilds DLC either. But afterwards, I'll be doing a new game plus. If you tune into any of those streams, or you even just go anywhere and look at gameplay of the first one compared to this one, like it's such a massive difference, dude. Oh, I can rappel down here. Nice. Like you can see they've stayed true to a lot of the core elements of the first game, but they've just really expanded upon everything. And that's the thing that I really appreciate about games, because so many games nowadays, what they'll do is they'll take a concept that was already really good, and then they'll change things, they'll take things out, they'll put new things in, and like do all kinds of different stuff. And I'm like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you make a new game, people. Like if you've got something that's already good, then just work with what you've got and make it better. And that's what Horizon Forbidden West has been doing so far, from what I've seen. Like, it's got the same kind of HUD set up for the map, but you've got, like, a lot of new things that I'm starting to see that are going to take place throughout the game. This is our whole Forbidden West that we're going to be exploring over here. Like, this Forbidden West is at least as big as the previous game's map, if not bigger. I think it's actually bigger, because it looks like about the same size as the previous game plus the Frozen Wilds. So yeah, they've expanded upon that. They've kept a very similar HUD system, so to anyone who played the first game, like, you know, you're not going into like completely uncharted territory. It's still very similar with like notebook, quest, map, skills. They've redone the skills though. Before there were like I think 4 main skill trees, and they were all on one screen, and you could just see like they were in like I think 4x3 or 4x4, something like that. And in each one there was about 16 skills, and then but on the one at the far right, I think there was 12. Now you've got 6 different skill trees. You can see numbered the number of skills within each one, and it's just kind of crazy. And then you look at them, and like you can get like outfit boosts and weave boosts and stuff for your skills. You can see like skill info over here, and yeah, it's just kind of crazy. Like I'm level 3 right now. The one thing that does feel awful is just not having all of my stuff from the previous game, because I had like a lot of the strongest gear and weapons and stuff. I had like the strongest armor that gave me an overshield that doubled my health, and it would recharge pretty quickly, and it was pretty durable too. I think it was actually more durable than my real HP. Um, but yeah, it was just crazy. And I'm like level 52 or 53 in that game, something like that. But yeah, the skill trees are pretty cool. And then even if you click on one, when you come over here, see, I was so confused. I thought all of this was still Infiltrator, and like the 27 skills like went sideways, but no, you're actually just going like from tree to tree as you move sideways. And then they've got these new surges, these new Valor surges. And so in each tree, like you've got 2 Valor surges, and they all do different things, which is kind of crazy. I think you can only have 1 Valor Surge equipped at a time from what I've seen, unless you can get further into the game later and unlock more. Their skill tree reminds me a lot more of Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like how they set theirs up. Just with like the moving through the nodes and points and stuff, and then having like Valor Surges and stuff like that. Okay, I don't think I actually have to be sneaky here. I think I'm chilling.
That looks like the foreman Arnav mentioned. I should check in with him.
This dude. Bro, how can you even tell that? We've never even met this guy before.
You good?
He's literally dressed the same way as everyone else.
I'm okay. Thank you, Corvin.
Corvin? Arnav said-
Corvin?
I'm...
Not now.
But yeah, if you own the first one, I definitely recommend playing it.
What happened?
It's really fun.
Explosion in the mine. The water flooded the whole place. Some of my guys are still... They're still down there. Can't stop.
You've done enough.
I've been going for almost 2 hours, so just to make sure I've got enough time to get ready for the movie and take care of a couple other things this morning. Well, it'll be afternoon probably by the time. Well, no, it'll still be morning. I don't think I'm going to be going for another 50 minutes. But I'm just gonna do these 2, well, the side quest and this errand, so I can get a few extra skill points, and then we'll be moving on. I think so. Normally, I take more of the balanced approach, and I jump around grabbing skills here and there. I think because recently in games, like I've been playing them differently from how I usually do, just getting a different experience with things. And so in this one, I think I'm gonna specialize and just dump all my points into one tree at a time. And the good thing is, so with getting these extra skill points, which I liked in the first game, and they've added more into the second game, which I also appreciate, because another thing games do is they'll take a mechanic that was in the first game, they'll expand upon it, but then they won't balance and adjust it. And so in the first game, you'd get 1 skill point per level up, and then like some missions here and there, they'd give you an extra skill point. But overall, that game had maybe like half as many skills as this one does. And I don't think there was ever a mission in the first game that gave me like 2 skill points for completing it. And like side quests and errands rarely ever would just give you a skill point. But even as early on as like the first few missions of this game, like you're seeing side quests and errands and stuff that'll give you a skill point or two. And so I'm really glad that they've added that in to balance out and account for like we've added in an incredible amount of skills in this game. I think it's like upwards of 100. I haven't even counted. I just know there's 6 skill trees, and one of them has like 31, and the rest have at least 20. And so, just from that alone, they've added like upwards of 100 skills in this game. And so they're like, okay, if we're gonna do this, we need to have more ways for people to get skill points than just doing the main quest and then leveling up. And so I'm really glad that just from playing the game and exploring and doing these striker challenges, different stuff like that, like playing that mini game I was doing, the striker stuff, like you can get a lot more skill points to compensate for that. I've always been one to brute force my way through combat and stuff in games, but recently I've been taking much more. Yeah, and so like I will vary with whatever game it is between brute force or stealth. In the Horizon games, I actually really like the stealth approach, but then when I got that armor that had the overshield on it, I started going more brute force again, which is what I do in a lot of games. Playing through the Dark Souls games and stuff, with Demon Souls for the first time, I went like a mage class in that and did a magic build and was extremely overpowered and it was really fun. Um, but yeah, and so it's just fun every now and then to like mix up your play style from what you'd usually do. If you usually like to play a glass cannon or like a balanced, if you like to play up close melee or far away ranged or just go stealth, more of like a rogue type deal, like mixing it up every now and then and giving yourself a challenge and like trying out things that you haven't done before can really add a new layer to whatever game you're playing, because you're not only getting a new experience from the game, but you're also taking yourself further outside your comfort zone and trying out things that you haven't done before and getting a completely different experience from it. But since I do really like the stealth in Horizon, I think I'll be mainly going into this tree, and so I'll be starting with the Stealth Stalker Valor Surge, so that's obviously going to be the first one I get anyway. Oh. Oh, that's a weapon technique. That's not even a surge. I still don't know what weapon techniques are exactly, like how those are used. I'm assuming weapon techniques are going to be kind of like the equivalent of in the first game where you just get certain skills like knocking 3 arrows and stuff like that. So I'm guessing when I have the sharp shot bow equipped, this is just going to be kind of like where's it at? It's a passive boost, passive boost. Where are they at? Skills in this category unlock a powerful new attack for all weapons. For all weapons in their class. Okay. Weapon techniques deplete weapon stamina, which regenerates over time. To switch weapon techniques, open the weapon wheel and then use left and right on the D-pad to select a different technique. Okay, yeah, so they're just the active skills of this game. And you can cycle through the technique. The Valor Surge, though, it looks like only one will be equipped at a time. So skills in this category unlock powerful playstyle defining abilities. Valor Surges can be activated as soon as one segment of the Valor Surge bar is filled. Earn Valor through various actions in combat, like removing components, targeting weak spots, and defeating enemies. Activate the selected Valor Surge by opening the weapon wheel and tapping R1. Oh, so, wait. So I'm guessing once I unlock Valor Surges, they'll just have their own category, and maybe I can just choose which one I activate. That would be pretty nice, actually. Let's see. And then over in inventory, they've kept like a lot of the, weapons, outfits, tools, ammo, resources, strike pieces, special gear, all that the same. The one thing, though, Oh, I think you can. So I think they've taken away the crafting out of your menu though, and it's just at workbenches now. So that's something I'm gonna miss as well, because it was really nice before just being able to craft from anywhere. But it does make more sense to have them at workbenches, because to be fair, like crafting from your tab, I'm not gonna call it lazy design or anything, but like it's it's a less realistic experience than if you add in workbenches that the players have to go out and find. How do I go up? Okay, I was holding X and she wouldn't go up.
Can anyone hear me?
Hey, listen. I don't know what it means by push off certain objects like this. I don't know. Never mind.
Blinders. One of them doesn't look too good.
I think I'm starting to see this.
Is that a Nora?
Are you okay?
Who are you?
Also, the ability to vault in this game and just like grab onto objects that aren't necessarily marked as climbing objects makes it a lot easier to get out of water when you're swimming and like climb back and jump back on the lane and stuff. They also added a dive into this game. Previous game you couldn't dive, you just went for it.
So something's keeping the water inside the tunnels.
What are you thinking?
I've
And
got an
like
idea. Are there
her
more
face
explosives?
just looks so much better, bro. Oh, also I've ordered a 50-foot Ethernet cable, which will be in tomorrow. And so, since I'll be able to have a wired internet connection, because my apartment's just built stupid, and so for some reason, like
I need to find whatever's blocking that drainage shaft.
our port to connect our router to the internet is out in the kitchen, and so like my room, imagine it as almost like a big square, and so right now I am facing, like if you just picture a square in front of you, you lay it down, the far back, what the heck, dude? The far back side of the square, that's kind of where I'm facing for like my television, my stream setup, and everything like that. Now, if you picture my room as a square like a box, and you look outside the box, right outside of it, on the other side of this wall, that's where my router is. But that's because I used my other Ethernet cable, that's, I'd say, about 20 feet long or something like that, to stretch it from, if you picture like the far right corner to like the left corner, my TV and everything is like slightly to the left of the middle, and the router is kind of right behind that. And then to the far right in the corner, that's where the plug-in is for my internet access. And so I've stretched it about 20 feet across to just past the middle, where the router is about on right on the other side of the wall where my television and my PlayStation and everything is. But I found a 50-foot cable for like $11 on Amazon. That's Amazon, like $11 plus like shipping, handling, all of that. So altogether it was like $11 for a 50-foot cable. That's coming in tomorrow. It's got clips and stuff too. And so I'll be able to run that out and around through my room and to the other side of the wall and get that plugged in, so I can finally have a wired connection, and it'll make my streams more stable, it'll make online games more stable for me, and make my download speeds a lot better, and just generally make life a lot easier for me. So I'm excited for that. I paid attention to nothing they said. I don't know what I'm actually doing right now. Drain the mine, find the box. Oh, I don't know if I need to do that or if I just, can I pull on anything? No, okay, so I might have to just go around them. Oh, okay. So you can see the current's pretty strong there.
I'll dry off. Eventually.
What the heck? I can stand on this? That's crazy. What I really liked in the Frozen Wilds, so while it was snowing, that's the DLC of the first game, while it was snowing, you could actually see, like, her getting covered in snow, and, like, your idle animations change to her, like, rubbing her arm, trying to warm up, and, like, putting her hands out and feeling the snow and, like, rubbing her face and stuff like that. And so I really like how they've made the character interact with the changes in weather as well in this game. It's really cool. Okay, I don't see anything like specifically interactable out here, so I might just have to swim fast. Making sure my pool caster can't grab onto anything there. Over there. Or here. Okay, yeah, no worries, dude. Thanks for tuning in for a minute. I'm just gonna be finishing up these quests here, like I was saying. Oh, those are the certain points I was talking about. Okay. I just had to force my way through.
Made it. There's the debris blocking the shaft. If I can reach those explosives up on that track, maybe I can blast
Thanks,
the
bro.
blockage.
I'll see you in a couple hours. I don't know exactly what they're expecting to do with that. Can I do anything with a rope caster over there? No. Oh wait, can I? Highly doubt it, but... Oh my goodness, dude. Oh, what? Bro, I'm pretty sure that's not how that was meant to work. But we just out here. It's best to just not question things. We don't talk about what just happened there. Ah, okay, so I'll be using that once I drain this place. Nope, none of that. Okay, so she mentioned some explosives. I can go up here. Bro, everything about this game just feels so good. Oop. Kind of expected her to like do her little auto leap thing.
Burrowers. Machine doesn't like fire.
I dropped the paint.
Maybe I can skim past unnoticed.
Okay, so yeah, it's blocked from underneath there. I don't feel like that's the way I came in from. Just pretty sure that is. And I just swam around back here.
I'll have to find a cauldron out here to learn how to override that.
Shooting nearby mushrooms? Oh, those guys? Scanning.
I should follow those tracks. See if they lead to the explosives.
Just making sure there's nothing valuable around. Before I move on, I want to run back over here and loot this barrel.
I need to find a way up to those explosives.
Yo, calm down. You already know where we're going. Just gotta follow the tracks, blow up some things, and do some stuff. Simple. Oh, wait. Which way are we following the tracks? That's probably the question I should be asking. Oh, okay. Which explosives? Like, all of these look like explosives. I don't know what exactly you mean here, Ayla. It's like, that's a dead end. I do be up here now. Are we going up there? Like, this almost looks so climbable, then it's just not. There is stuff up there, though. So glad I can do that now. Because, like, that almost looks like you can climb up there. But then you're kind of just like, but from where? Oh wait, am I just going over here? Ooh,
Stash
a lot
this
of
away for
goodies.
later.
Because, like, yeah, that's where I jumped down from, and she was like, I'm pretty sure I can swim around. Hello? Aloy, please. Okay, and then I looked around down here. Homie's blocked off there. I swam through from there. There's really not much else to see. And then this is back up to the train tracks. There's a question mark over there. Oh, it's back around there. I just don't know how I'm meant to get to anywhere it's wanting me to go. Is there something I can clamp onto here? Or just walk around the corner. Wow.
Let's see where this leads.
Absolutely daft. I'm an idiot. I'll admit it. I do be kind of stupid sometimes. Sometimes, I mean all the time.
There's the explosives up on the track. Just need to get to the boss somehow. Might be a good idea to drop that ladder.
I knew it. What if that crab had just gotten stuck, though? I like how video game characters can jump so much further down into places in cutscenes than in the real. Ow.
It's subsiding.
Like, just the fact that you do dumb stuff like that, that's what it is. Bro, get these pieces smacked off you. Oh, you're not what I thought you were. Am I not dodging here? Like, can someone please explain to me what a dodge is?
It's over. Now let's go check on those miners.
I ain't talking about the car either, the vehicle. The brand. Kind of upset, bro. Okay, I'm just gonna assume maybe that creates used for me to get out of here. Oh, it's like that. Okay. Okay, I'm guessing maybe I can use this to get up there. Why'd you jump like that, Aiden? All the leaps and bounds you can do, that's what you chose to do just then. Oh, so... Ah, I get it now. That's ultimately just how I get around to that. It's a very complex system just for me to be able to get to that. Pretty sure that wasn't the way they intended for me to... Are you kidding me? Let me see if I can just do it this way.
Yeah, that's stuck.
Absolutely dumb. Okay, maybe if I just put it... close to the edge so I can get it. Does she just not grab onto these anymore? Wow, love that. There we go. Jeez, bro.
She's so good. We don't know
Looks like everyone's okay.
I can't believe we're not gonna die!
You're telling me. You did it.
I thought you blew yourself up.
Are you two okay from here?
I can get this idiot down. Don't you worry. Thanks, kid.
Better let Corbin know his men are all right.
Missing tool needed. Well, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of that in this game. A lot of returning to places for exploration. Alright, at least we got that done. We might do the other mission later, actually. Some other time.
Use a hand. Is that it?
It is.
Been gone for like 2 hours and it's almost noon and I need to
If you
eat,
hadn't shown up.
get dressed,
I knew we were blasting too much. But I didn't stake the
and do
claim.
some other stuff before I go see this movie.
Pushing me.
I tried to shield my
because
crew
then
his
from there I'll be
constant
busy
demands every
quite a bit of the
damn
day.
I should have been stronger.
You were there for your crew when they needed you. That counts for something.
Ulvan can threaten me all he wants. I am not letting my people back into those mines.
Will you be all right?
Yes. I can take it from here. You are owed, Huntress.
Ulvan's name keeps coming up. And it's never good. Sooner or later, someone's gonna have to deal with him.
Face paint unlocked? How do I use face paint? All pieces within attack range lose 1 health. Wow. I'm guessing that probably means friendly pieces too. So I need to make sure to keep that one far away from all my other pieces. Okay. And so I don't know, I'm guessing you can take that to level 2 when you've got like outfits and weaves that match or something like that. I don't know. Okay, and then I just need to get this to reduce my visibility to enemies. And then when I've got all those together, be able to use Stealth Stalker. And then that boosts damage versus unaware enemies by 50%, so yeah, definitely be taking down some homies that can't see me pretty easily. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do will be a dash of courage, and that'll be going to the Scrounger set. Actually, wait, that's not too far. Well, let's go ahead and finish this up then. Four. Ooh. Wow, she really goes for it in this game. Oh, charger.
Shock could do a lot of damage.
You wanna leave? Go do other things with your life? Thank you. Oh, I could have hid right next to it. I didn't even notice the grass there. I'm just gonna go to the last place he saw me. As he turns elsewhere, I can nab him. I can get him from Okay, usually it doesn't go that far, so that was kind of surprising. Don't turn straight behind you. I'd rather get the XP from the kill at this point than override it. But do I have a skill point? I do. I didn't realize I had a skill point. Ooh, okay. So the more stealth kills I get, the longer I can use it. It's pretty cool. Do I just increase its level with skill points though? I don't know. Oh, unlock additional levels of Valor Surge and skill tree to add segments to the Valor Surge bar and gain extra effects. Okay, so I was gonna guess that means then that it's gonna have to keep having a stash is really great. I'm gonna have to keep using skill points maybe to get more Valor Surges. The more I upgrade it, the more I can do with it. Yeah. Here's some of that portal. Okay, so I'm looking for that metal that he was talking about.
Frost ammo would work. Scroungers. Moldiv said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles.
My bow is stronger, I would just frickin' take this thing down, dude.
Need to get data from the cauldron if I can find it.
Sorry if you guys could hear all that going on outside. Oh, I think I see the Valor building over there now. Oh, maybe you can have 2 surges active at once, and that's what those things over there are.
I think I have everything I need for Moldiv. Good thing, too. I can use a decent meal.
Okay, at least going this way. Depending on how this goes, I can get around everything. That phone strike popped up for half a second. Wow. Rude. Whoa! Dang, bro, that feels real bad, dude. Bro, no, where are those things? That was bogus AF. Like, I'm killing homies. Forget that noise. Alright, you know what, that'll suffice. I'm appeased by that. Not enough skill points, how many do I need? Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, they've also increased the drop chances on getting stuff from killing animals, for sure. I just want to tell where they are. Want to be able to tell where they are in relation to me in case I do have to fight them. I don't know what's seeing me, but okay. Oh. He came out of nowhere.
This will be my stash when I need it.
I just wish there was a way I could, like, physically see the Valor Surge from here. But it just says L1 and R1, so I'm like, okay. What does my other one do in the cell tree again? I forgot. Radial Blast. Oh yeah, that's really good actually. Alright, we're gonna find this workbench as well. Craft a few things. It's like up here. Yeah. Tommy, I know you're hungry. Calm down. Scrounger Spark Coil. Burrower Sound Shell. Sure, why not? Charger Horn. Where do I go to see weaves again? Like how I actually equip those? It was somewhere, but I don't remember where it is now. Is it actually just from here? Yeah, it's actually just from here. Why is it locked though? Okay, let me look one more time and know specifically what I have to be on the lookout for. I think it's just 2 burrower sound shells. Yeah. Can I finally talk to you now? Nope. Still no. Okay. Bro, why can't I talk to you? Like, homie, tell me what's wrong. Who hurt you? What? Hello? What? I'm just gonna move on.
Ah, there you are.
Alright, we're gonna talk to Mildef and then we're
Received
done.
another visit from Ulvin himself. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
wild if that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. Your next order of any dish will be on.
Thanks. And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
Alright, cool. Got skill points and all that. XP. Pretty nice. Now I'm actually level 5. Also good. I don't know when I hit level 5, I just looked up and noticed it. Not enough skill points. Do I need to? Let me move myself so I can... Oh, yeah, I need 2 skill points for that. 3 for that. Okay. Now I can actually see. I didn't realize that I was blocking the skill points. Okay. So now moving into this next tier. Okay, everything's connected there now. So, I don't know, I might finish off this Valor Surge before moving on into the next tier. Also... Okay. One more time. Okay, so once you learn something, I guess outfit boost will give you, like, some stuff. I don't know what the second slot there is. Like, if you need outfit and weave boost to see the difference or what. But yeah, I think I'm going to save up my next skill points to just max out Stealth Stalker so I can get the most out of that. And then we'll start using a couple skill points at a time and stuff to get stuff down here. Fires a powerful shot. Kneeling position explodes on impact. Okay, we don't have a sharp shot bow yet, but maybe by the time we've got enough skill points to get down here, we'll have that. And then let me see quests. So we got our main quest. That's my only side quest. Don't have any errands jobs, and all that's unknown. So really the only thing I could do off screen is the Bristlebacks. This side quest. That'll get me 2 more skill points. Doing this main quest also gets me 2 skill points, which is really good. So... Okay, so it'd be best probably for me to just go ahead and take care of the main story quest, and then once I've got that done, make my way over to the Bristlebacks. And then I'll have some experience fighting them here as well, knowing what they can do and stuff. Oh, I've got an active effect going right now. I got like over health. Now, I don't know if that works in real time or what. Didn't mean to go that way. Okay, well I'm gonna hit up this campfire at any rate, and we're done. But yep, that's gonna be it for this stream, guys. So as usual, hope you've all been enjoying the series so far. Next time, we'll be mainly just focusing on the actual story, getting story missions done. That might honestly be later on tonight or this evening or something like that. Don't know entirely for sure yet. But I really am enjoying Forbidden West a lot. Can't wait to dive deeper into the story, unlock new areas, see more things, get past all this introductory stuff, and really get into the thick of the game, so then that way off screen I can be doing other things and exploring, doing side quests and errands, getting collectibles, doing striker stuff, gathering up skill points, and then when we get back to me streaming in the main game, you guys will be seeing kind of like the progression that I've made, any upgrades and crafting I've done, any new gear and stuff that I've unlocked, and how I'm able to apply that now. Although, leave those notifications turned on, maybe even share with a friend. Bye.